I'm going to quickly teach you how to do this effect in 3 programs. First, we will do Capcut, then FCP, and then After Effects. It can feel like we are going from the easiest to the hardest software, but actually it's least flexible to most flexible. Now, step 1 and 2 are universal. Film yourself on a tripod, then get a clean plate. Basically, record the background without you in it. Step 2 is how you layer the project. Now, the background layer or the empty layer is the base layer. So that goes at the bottom. Now, the layer with you on top goes over it and then duplicate it. So there are basically 2 versions of you on top of the background layer. Also, that's what she said. Now in CapCut, go under effects and search the invisible. Apply that to the middle layer. It will give you that invisibility, almost predator-like effects, but it's more of a frosted glass effect as it doesn't give you that refractive light bending background distortion. Now, depending on what actions you did, animate the mask on the top layer with no effects. In my case, I wanted the effect to follow the movement of my glasses like they were the source of my power. Remember, if you don't have a clean plate at the bottom, you will have small black spots in the effect. Now that's up to you if you want to keep it or not, if it goes with the vibe of your video. Now let's talk about what CapCut can do here. The first one, you can see it doesn't apply distortion to the background. Second one is you cannot control the intensity or how long the effect stays. It's on a timer with a start and an end point. So you have to work around that restriction. Now let's move on to FCP. As I've told my students hundreds of times, it doesn't matter what software you use as long as your basics are clear. That is, you can also do this in Premiere, Resolve, any desktop editing software. It's going to be same principle, just the name of the effect is going to be different. So in FCP, you need an extra copy of the background layer. Now remove the background of any layer with you in it. Apply comic ink effect and make sure this is set to black and white. It will give you that black and white comic book ink effect. Now combine the layer where you applied the comic ink effect to and a background layer. Now we are going to turn that into your mask. So everything you see in white will be visible. Everything you see in black is your matte, so that will disappear. Now to apply that mask, in blend mode, select Stencil Luma and you'll be able to see that mask in effect. Now comes the fun part. Go in your effects library and under blurs and distortion, see what looks best. I used a mix of underwater and droplet effect to get that distortion. You can also try fisheye effect mixed with Gaussian blur to have that invisible person moving. Other effects that give you that distortion, refractive background effect is glass block and insect eye. You can also apply these, mix it up with blurs, just apply a bunch of effects, turn them on and off, play the timeline and see what works, what gives you that effect, because there's no science to that effect. You don't actually have a glass object to refract the light with. It's more about the look and feel and what you can sell and what looks good in the video. Now to finally complete that effect, animate the mask of the top layer. For me, it was moving with the glasses like we did in CapCut, and you're done. If you want, you can just mask out the glasses, so you'll have like an invisible person holding the glasses or something like that. Now, if I was a VFX artist and this was a production shot, I would have masked out individual body parts separately and applied different levels of distortion and would have animated that timing to have that Predator movie look. Oh, if you're still here and even if you don't know After Effects, this might seem the easiest part. Do everything we've done for CapCut and FCP and then go to your effects and search displacement map. You apply this effect on your base layer. So basically we will be using the layer with you in it with the background cut out as a displacement map. Now all you have to do is play with these 4 settings, scrub your timeline to look how it's looking, and you're 99% of the way there. Now, if you're moving the settings around, you don't see anything happening. It's probably because it didn't auto-select the right source. So under source, select the middle layer or the second layer with you in it, and it should work. Now let's talk about that 1%, the flexibility I mentioned in the beginning. First, on your background layer where we applied the displacement effect, click the drop-down menu and select Effects and Mask. This will carry over any effects you apply to the source. Now we'll create the Predator's prism color distortion effect when he goes invisible. I mean, you can upload this as well. It already looks good enough, but since we're in After Effects, we'll do more. For example, drag this effect called Find Edges. What it will do is it will give a color to different edges on your body. This will help sell that glass effect, that transparent effect, but also keep all the details on your body. To also add that flickering, transforming randomness, add the hue saturation effect and animate the hue wheel. Now, if the details and the edges look too prominent and too distracting, add a little bit of fast blur to smooth them out. Now comes the part where we add that prism light refracting effect where light splits into different colors. To do that, on your source layer, the layer with you in it, duplicate that, and in blending mode, select lighten. You know the lines that find edges gave us? So we're going to enhance that, blur them out, and then play with hue and saturation to have that color changing effect that it looks like, oh, light may be passing through, and like a prism, it's changing color. Now, to have that realistic light refraction prism effect on different parts of your body animating, just create a mask and animate it where you want to show up. Like if you're moving your head and you want your head to be in focus, put the mask on your head and then like drag it down towards your body, towards your hand if you're doing something. So this is how you go invisible. Use this power wisely.